made us practice as a conversation between pairs of students, which was good. And the study material is excellent. They've shared the audio files also. So I think everything that you would expect and much more. Thanks.
Okay, so you are learning Turkish, right?
Turkish, yeah, that's right.
Turkish. Okay, so very good. It's nice to hear from you. So now I want to hear from Chal. How was your experience? How was your first class?
I'm from Japanese. I opted for Japanese A1 level, and the class was amazing. I like the way teacher teach us. Like I joined the session 10 minutes after 10 minutes, and I asked sir to, can you please teach me again? And she with very happy face, happily.
Yeah. Arts college.
Very good. Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
So basically, I like the nature of the teachers also. They are very polite with everyone.
Okay.
Are we starting the food?
I see Vandana Pandey. How was your first class? Vandana, are you there?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
थोड़ा रोटी बना दो.
Yes, please go ahead and yeah. How was your? Did you attend your first class?
No, sir, I did not attend.
Okay, so
Sorry.
please, I remind all of you, if you miss more than 3 classes, then our administration will not give you certificate. So later on, you will not claim us. Okay. And,
yes, sir, we did not know about this. आज ही पता लगा इसके बारे में. इससे पहले नहीं इन्फॉर्म किया.
नहीं, तो ये एप्लीकेशन में लिखा हुआ था. ये हम लोगों ने जो आपने जो ओरिएंटेशन प्रोग्राम में हमने हमारा जो मैनेजमेंट टीम है बताया गया था ये डिसिप्लिन में. तो शायद आपने ज्वाइन नहीं किया होगा तो आपको पता नहीं है. तो फिर भी आज मैं बोल देता हूँ सारे लोग को, प्लीज डू नॉट मिस योर क्लासेस बिकॉज our team is working very hard. I am sure that you must be aware of the quality and then the things, the way that we are providing the services. Okay, so the things, the services that we are providing, the language classes, and the way we have organized things is very thoughtful, very articulated. Okay, and am I audible to everyone? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you are clearly audible.
And a lot of efforts are given here. Okay. So please, we expect in the same way, because from the next semester, entrance exams gonna be tougher. You must have heard the Jawaharlal Nehru University. If you are in India, they have entrance exam. Even the Jamia Millia Islamia, they have entrance exam. The Aligarh University, they have entrance exam. So we have entrance exam as well here, and in that way we are working. Okay, so we want to give this kind of opportunity to students who really want to learn and want to benefit from this platform. Okay, so that's why our efforts are kind of a scholarship. We work for that. Okay, we give our time, and then that's how we avail to you this kind of thing. So slowly the exams will be a little bit tougher, and I will appreciate all of you to benefit from this platform, the effort that we are giving for this opportunity. So we are working also, we are collaborating with various organizations. In future, many of you will be getting a scholarship to go to other, get a chance to go to different countries like Germany, perhaps Turkey. You will get opportunity to come to Turkey. So we are collaborating, and maybe we will select some students to go to the country, the language that we are learning, the native country. Okay, so we are working. Things will not happen in one night and one day, or all of a sudden. Maybe you won't be getting this chance, but your juniors or the coming batches will get such kind of chances, and this will be good for many people. Okay, so but we are working on that, and then it will benefit many people. Also, we have professors who are, there are many, I'm sure that there are students here from university, or some of you are scholars who needs language, one language or two languages to learn, to know a particular language, and working on a research work, and they are women, and or even the men who are interested in the women studies. We have Professor Miriam, Professor Heba, and Professor Mausmiji Banerjee, who are expert in the women studies, and they promised us that they will do their best to provide their services to us. So it's a great opportunity for us, the Professor Miriam, who is from Duke University, even Professor Bruce B. Lawrence, who is the renowned professor, both of them, and Professor Heba Rauf, they are renowned professor. So we have opportunity. These kind of opportunities are very, very rare, you know, because I know that the value of it. So you have opportunity. We will be doing something and get tuned with every time, like follow up our notification, and maybe you can also write to us, like, you know, sir, or to our administration. Jamil is a coordinator, so you can write, and then you can also think about something that you want to do with us, okay, or you want to learn something from us. Okay, we have this is the one level, and then there is a higher level, like Academic Research Association, Umran Academic Research Association, where the graduate students and PhD students or research students are involved in the research studies.
Good.
So we have many opportunities here for you to go ahead. Without now taking much time, I would like to invite today Amin Adil. He's doing master at Aligarh University, right? Amin?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Aligarh University master. He's doing master in Russian language, and I was quite impressed. Me and Jamil was taking his interview, and we were quite impressed by his understanding, and that's how we selected him for our project. And he's going to talk about the language benefit of language, why we should learn the language, why we should learn a new language actually. So I mean, are you ready with your presentation? I thought like you.
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
I thought like you must be having your laptop, but you are managing with your phone.
Yes, sir. Today.
It's coming very small. Can you make it like tilt it like so?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So is it visible, sir?
Yeah. Very good. Very good.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes. So he's going to present, and at the end, you will raise your questions. So write down your questions, formulate your questions. Okay. So at the end, you can ask, and we will be helping you. Okay. So go ahead, Amin.
Thank you very much, sir. First of all, I would really like to thank you for giving me this great chance again, because the last time some technical issues were appeared. And so, first of all, good evening, everyone who are here, our seniors, founders, and my colleagues, colleague teachers, interns, and all students who are here. Today, I'm going to present this topic: benefits and future aspects of learning any foreign language. Is there any kind of hearing problem? If I'm not audible to you, please do let me know. So, before understanding, before starting this topic,
I'm sorry to interrupt you. There is a echo of your voice. So if you use the headphone, that will be amazing. Are you using headphone?
Yes, sir. I'm using headphone.
Or maybe you are in the empty room. That's why maybe it's echoing your voice.
Yeah, I'm in the room because of presentation.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then go ahead. Yes, please.
Thank you, sir. So before starting this topic, I want to tell you that I have divided my presentation in some parts because every person who is learning any language has its own purposes. So let's discuss these purposes. First of all, educational aspects, psychological or intellectual aspects, career aspects, and money aspects. I believe personally that the fourth one is very important. And but I have taken these points step by step. So let's start from the educational aspects. So for the educational aspects, I really like to share that learning any of the foreign language, either it is German, Spanish, Russian, English, French, Turkish, Portuguese, Brazilian, anyone, students have lot of opportunities in scholarships. Sir, Rajiv sir is here, and many of my fellows who are here who have applied for these scholarships to abroad from India and from other countries. So they know this thing that in these scholarships, many of the governments, many of the countries from all over the world requires the language certification. Yes. Hello.
Just go
Am I
ahead.
audible, sir?
Yes, yes, yes. Only
Yes,
your voice
so,
is echoing a little bit,
organi-
but it's fine.
Okay. Yes, sir. So, a lot of organizations, at least most of the organizations and most of the countries.
I would like to
the
stop
world,
you, Amin.
Yes.
Can you manage your new place? Audience are
Yes,
still
sure,
like,
sir. Just
yeah, please.
allow me for a second, sir.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
Sir, is it better, sir? Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. But how about anyone can say that? How is the voice for you?
Yes, it is correct, sir.
I think it's better.
Better,
Yeah,
okay.
Carry on, yeah.
Okay, okay, go ahead now.
I have opened the windows and doors.
Very good. That's great.
Sorry for that. Yes, sir. So I was discussing this.
Finally, I mean, you use the physics.
Yes, thank you, Hanan. So, sir, everyone know that most of the organizations who offers scholarships, they require, and this is the basic requirement, the language certification. So, your learning any language will help you to gain the scholarships. That's very simple point and the basic point. Because nowadays, even I'm of that person who can't afford the better and best education without scholarship abroad. So if you want to apply for the scholarships for study abroad, so you will need to have a foreign language for your better enhancement of your, can say, scholarship, and it increases your chances to get that scholarship. Second of all, internship. After the lockdowns, can say, and the appearance of corona, uh, a tremendous amount of internships were imposed on international or national levels, and which were, I can say, what they were organized online. So if you know any of the foreign language, then you are able to understand the international foreign languages and and say intercultural, intertraditional internships which are related to your subject. Or if they are not related to your subject, then even you can understand the internships and you can take participate in them. Apart from that, educational programs. If you are graduated, then there are a lot of educational programs for the masters and PG diploma for the PG diploma certification abroad. And these foreign language certificates will help you to get international webinars, additional subjects, and international festivals. Actually, these 3 points are correlated somehow because international webinars are basically at some points are related or can say organized in the respective languages from which country they are. International festival, like I attend international film festivals. So I have attended international film festivals, short film festivals of Russia. So I know the Russian language, so this is a benefit for me that I can understand their languages. Additional subject, yeah, it's a quite can say a joke. Sometimes people think it, but it is not. Additional subject means if you are doing engineering, for example, if you are doing MBA, and somehow you are not able to manage your main subjects, then you can use your foreign language subject as your main subject for your future education. So there, these were some educational aspects. Later on, let's go on for the psychological aspects. Yeah, psychological aspects and intellectual aspects are basically related to your mind. I believe that after learning, when I started learning of Russian language, I got to know that my personal behavior has changed. I do drama, I do theater. So when I speak Hindi, my character, my personality is different. When I speak English, yeah, I'm a bit, can say, more confident, and I perform well in English because I am now fluent in that. But in the starting of learning Russian language, I was quite hesitant and not much more confident. But later on, when I became fluent in Russian language, I became more and more confident, even more than English also. So these are the some psychological aspects, and we can understand that like if you want to grow your mind, mental ability, intellectual ability, and want to grow your psychological behavior, so please learn any of the language. I'm not stick to any of the one language, but please go for learn any of the language which do you want. And my personally, I want to share that that I'm good in Urdu, Hindi, English, and Russian as well. Now I'm learning Spanish, my personally, and also I want to learn French and German as well. So these are my personal, can say, views. This is can be done. Let's move on further. Career aspects. Yes, sir. I would like to share to everyone that these are the 6 main career aspects I have shared to you. But in these 6 points, still there are 1,000 jobs, tremendous amount of jobs. First of all, civil servant. Like in India, we have heard IFS officer, Indian Foreign Services. Every country has their foreign services servant. Like in India, there are embassies of other countries. So the person who is heading that embassy is from the respective country. Later on, diplomats, intelligence agencies. These are some, can say, a government uh, opportunities from foreign languages. Also, academics like professors, teachers, translators, and interpreters. Both can be governmental and or from private sector. One thing I would like to share to everyone: sometimes people get confused with these 2 words, the translators and interpreters. So actually, the work of both of them are somehow equal, but in languages, this vocabulary is differentiated by some meanings because translations can be done by officially in written format, and interpretation can be done by officially in a vocal format. Later on, international organizations. We all know about the UN, United Nations, and other international organizations. So the learning and the skill of your learning foreign language or any of the foreign language certificate you have will improve your chances, will increase your chances to can say participate in these international organizations internships and to take part as a career in international organizations. Move further, money. I'm sorry, but I heard somewhere on the internet a novel actually that yes, a wise person can be a good person, can say an honest person. Honesty is the best policy. But there was a quote that your wisdom can't pay your debt. I don't completely believe on it, but yeah, that's true. Money is everyone's need. And I assure you that if you have a skill of any of the foreign languages, then your chances of gaining money or earning money increase. Always they will increase in a can say a private opportunities and in government opportunities. So with due respect to all of you for giving me this chance, thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Rajesh, sir. And thank you for listening me. That's all from. Is there any question, please, you can ask.
I want to clap for you. Amin, it was a really brilliant presentation, a short presentation, but very precise. I think you gave a good information about why one should learn a language.
Adil, can you stop sharing the screen? Just
Yes.
stop sharing the screen now.
Yeah, sure, sir.
All right, great.
Thank you, sir.
So
Yes, go ahead, Jamil. Yes.
yeah, so I really appreciate Amin, Adil to start off with a very informative and enlightening presentation on the importance of learning a foreign language. So I mean, I'll just put some highlights on what he spoke for more clarification. First thing, I mean, the number 99, it's an amazing figure. It's very, I mean, I'm really, surprised. I wasn't expecting this number to turn up. So many students and so many people from Umran family joined today. So I must thank each one of you at the very outset that, I mean, most of you are in India, and at this point of time, from there you are joining, that too in winter. So I must appreciate each one of you. All right. So Amin has highlighted some of the very important points of learning a foreign language. But I believe most of you are the students and you are engaged at some level of studies at college or university. So of course there are aspects related to employment, which is very important because Amin ended his presentation on the matter of money, and money is very important. But let's get back to the primary thing, that we all are students. So how does language work? That's a very important thing. So any language you work in, I guess each one of us has a vernacular language, our mother tongue. That might be Urdu, Hindi, Turkish, right, Arabic, Persian, and so on and so forth. But the best part for the Indian students is that right from the beginning of our childhood, the moment we start our educational career, we are taught to be bilingual. That is a very important aspect because in India, those students who go to the vernacular, mostly the government schools. So I guess in northern part of the country, we have Hindi as the medium of instruction, and that is the first language. But right from the beginning, English is our second language. And this helps each and every Indian student. I mean, this is the case in northern part of the country. If we go to the southern part of the country, so it will vary from state to state. So that is the case. But the best part is that from the very beginning, we are taught to be a bilingual. So that's very important. And see, in any field of study, no matter which area of study you are in, you are studying social science at graduation level or master level, or science, mathematics, engineering, whichever the area of program you are in. What matters the most is how your cognitive cycle is evolving over time. Because for each individual learner at different stages of their life, from school level to college level, there is a thing called cognitive cycle, and that evolves depending on what kind of you say the content you are coming across. All right, so this cognitive cycle, it evolves more faster when you start looking at the language more precisely. So let's say at the later age of our life, I mean, let's say after 9, 10, 11, 12, when most of us realize the fact that, okay, English is a very important language, and most of the content that I will be studying will be in English. So efficiency matters in terms of writing. The lectures will be in English. So I have to be a very good listener. All right, so how it helps? Let's talk about English first. So English in India is not a foreign language. It is a second language, right? So how it helps, I will just clarify, and then I will get back to the students for the questions. So how it works, so you start looking at the language more precisely. All right. So you learn the language. So English helps you to grab the content, and the content which you're doing simultaneously helps you to grab the language. So that happens with English. Now, what happens when you pick up a foreign language to learn after +2 or graduation? When you are dealing with English language at school level or any other language at a school level, you are not quite, engrossed how the sound system works, how you will enlarge your vocabulary. But the moment you enroll in a certificate program, let's say UGS is offering so many, language programs over here. So the moment you get enrolled over here, your teacher starts teaching you. So he or she will look at each of the aspect of the language. All right. So when you are doing listening in French, or when you are being taught reading skill in French or Russian or German or Chinese or Italian or Portuguese, what happens? You become more clear. Okay, this is how the language functions, and how it helps you indirectly the English language which you are already learning. All right. So at one time where you're learning French, so you're becoming more precise. Okay, so the sound system matters, vocabulary matters. So you apply the same idea back there in English language. So simultaneously, what happens? You're not learning one language, you're learning two languages. One language you are learning, and the other language you are consolidating, strengthening your, learning aspect more and more. Like in my case, what happened when I learned a foreign language? So I was doing French. So how French helped me indirectly, it improved my English language, right? So that is very, very important thing. So with this note, and in the upcoming session on the following Tuesday, we will have more discussion on this. But for now, we open the floor for the questions. So now we would like to hear from the students. Yeah. And since this session is entirely on language, so each one of you are supposed to speak, ask some questions, share your ideas. So I just
exactly this is a program that that will break your hesitation and
yes,
give you confidence.
And see, what is the best part? Like Adil, he used his phone and tried to give the presentation. So it's not about how informative the presentation was or how good the presentation was. That's not the question. The question here is he did it. In front of 100 people speaking something on a particular subject. It makes sense. It's not easy for many of us. So for that reason, primarily we should appreciate Adil to just come up and give the presentation, and that too with the phone. It's amazing. I really appreciate Amin. Like, see, as an individual, and when I'm going to present, at a platform like Umran Green School, which is a global platform, I would hesitate 1,000 times because I have a phone. I don't have WhatsApp. What's up saying? Laptop. I don't have laptop. So I will just retract myself probably. But this boy, he just went up and he just did it. So that's amazing. We all should appreciate him. So he will be more encouraged if you ask questions to him, or if you just highlight any of the aspects.
So let's have a question. Yes, please start.
Yes,
yes,
I have a question
yes.
from Adil. Your presentation was very nice. I want to know about that. How learning a foreign language can be help me in internship. I want to know more about.
Very good. Yes, Adil.
Definitely. My personal experience is that I'm doing masters from Russian. So I have participated in the internship from Russia. Like Russian governments, they issue internships, and several departments from Russian government they organizes internships online. And also, please do let me know which language you are learning right now.
I'm learning French.
That's great.
I enrolled in French language.
That's great because the French trans country actually organizes the most of the internships from their government. And for the people who are speaking French or learning French from all over the world, please go through the international and government websites. You will get the chance to participate in that. And if I will get the chance to get the link of it, I will definitely share it.
And we will also share in the group, and you can also, like, we will be sharing
in
the group. So if such kind of opportunities are there,
I would like to add more on Vandana's question. So how do you get the internship? So the first is, I mean, UGS has always kept the door open for all the interested and serious people for the internship position, provided that you are serious. All right. So that is one thing. So when you are learning a foreign language, so as I said, you must be having your own vernacular language, maybe Hindi, right, or some language. So what happens? There are organizations. So let's talk about France. France, which is a country where, I mean, it's the official language. Besides that, there are many other countries where French is spoken as an official language, right? So what happens? There are situations. There are some organizations wherein they invite people from other countries. Wherein it's a more a kind of exchange program wherein you go to their country and you demonstrate and teach your language, sort of a cultural connection, right? So there you can apply. But see, I mean, this statement is very elusive. The moment somebody says I'm learning French or I'm learning Spanish, it's a very serious statement. All right. Because the moment you said I'm learning French, so as a listener, I will have 1,000 questions about French, okay? And not questions, expectations. Okay, Vandana is learning French. She must be proficient in that language, you understand? So whenever we make this remark that I'm learning German or I'm learning Russian, it's a huge responsibility. You understand that? Okay. I mean, no matter you say in spoken form or you write on your CV or biodata, it makes sense. So you have to be very sure about it. That if you are really learning the language, if you have really learned some aspect of language, because see, I mean, I will again just give you a quick reality check. What happens? I mean, a language like English, which we have been listening right from the beginning of our childhood. ABC is taught when we are just 5 years old, right? Understand the alphabets. From then on, it has been many years in your career when you studied for so long. But if you look at yourself, you would find 1,000 gaps in English language learning, right? So I mean, when you are learning a language, you have to be very, very serious, because there was a very famous philosopher, and he said, knowing another language is like having another soul, right? So a human has only one soul. So if you know another language, you are having dual soul, two souls. And acquiring another soul is not easy, right? Yeah, so there will be 1,000 of opportunities, and UGS will definitely work on this. And we will volunteer to find out information for internships, employment opportunities. We will do that.
What we are going to do, see, it's a very good question. And for all of you, like when you are looking for an opportunity to do internship, we have also introduced UGS fellowship, UGS teaching fellowship and internship. Okay, and we are still we are looking for funding so that we can provide who will be working as an intern. We will be able to provide some stipends to the, and there will be paid and there will be unpaid internship as well. So UGS is also has already initiated and will be working more in an efficient way on this. But when you are talking about the other organization, like you want to go to France or you want to work with some other organization related to French language or other languages, we'll be inviting our experts at this platform in culture program who have already been in the country and who have already benefited from the exchange program or internship. Okay, we will invite here, and then you can directly ask. Adil has done an excellent preparation for this, and as he has suggested you that how you can approach to the internship for now. Okay, but we will invite expertise who will be informing you and provide you with more opportunity that how you can access those, and then we will be accordingly we will be sharing in our groups also. So please, yes, go ahead. If anyone, yes, Atif Faruqi. Yes,
Hi, hello everyone.
Hi, hi.
Since I'm from Arabic corners, I'm learning Arabic language. As well, at the same time, I also learning the French language as a certificate. And in Umran, I'm also applied applied for Turkish, and I'm doing that. So could you please tell me or lead me that how many time I must invest for that?
How many?
How many time it will take?
How much
to,
time?
you know,
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So
Yeah.
So if you are learning, so you can, if you have opted one language, say Umran Green School, we do not allow any students to opt more than one language at one time, because
yes,
it will distract.
Let me clear, sir. Yes, sir. Let me clear, sir. Sir, I'm basically from Jamia Millia Islamia. So there I'm from BA Honors Arabic, and from Jamia University I'm learning the French language. And in Umran, I as only Turkish language I'm learning.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the levels that we have A1.1, and each levels are actually, let me first clear, each levels are of 12 weeks, which is 3 months. So we have semesters. Okay. We have total I think 3 semesters, I think 3 or 4 semesters we have, and each semesters are of 3 months. Okay, it means 12 weeks. So you have total 24 classes. Saturday and Sunday we have classes. Okay, and it is A1.1 level. After that, A1.2 level. So we have a very rich language teaching course. Busra. Okay. So and why we have given this, we have a syllabus like a A1.1 12 weeks, so that we can have less syllabus and more time to engage students with languages, culture, many more, vocabulary. Because what happens generally, what I have seen and what we have seen, what we in our team, we had a meetings and then we were discussing about this, that generally because of the short time, even like institutions like a Goethe or other organizations that who are working on that, they are not able to provide them enough time to learn the language, a sense of the language. What happens at the end, they lack in the vocabulary. They are not fluent in the language. So that's why what we did, we divided A1 into 2 parts, A1.1 and A1.2. So students will get engaged more with the language, and also they will learn about the opportunity, because they everything, like they are in hurry, like everything to eat. So in that run, they misses many things. So
yes,
you have enough time, and that's why, and it will also provide teachers to experiment with you, because you all are coming from the different background. For example, students who are coming from city are they are ready to learn some language, and they learn very fast. Or some students who are here tuned with the village, they take a lot of time, and then we have to balance them.
Yes.
So that is the.
I would add. I mean, his actual question was, because he's dealing with a couple of languages. He's saying he's doing BA in Arabic, and at Jamia he's learning another language, and at UGS he's learning another language. So Atif Farooq, I mean, I would like to tell you one thing. See, I mean, I really appreciate that you have curiosity and interest to learn, I mean, a couple of languages, and that's very nice. But the point is, each language has its own complexities. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just opting for different language learning program will not help you to master the language. Learning a language is not a joke. So at a time, pick up one language, master it, then move on to the other language. See, I'm not saying scientifically, cognitively, learning many languages is impossible. It's possible. There are people who have, they're polyglots, they have learned many languages. So that's possible. Right?
Even you can learn if you are brilliant. I mean, you can learn the language, many languages, but it will be challenging for you.
You will not be able to do justice. Okay.
Yes.
Another thing is, See, when a learner, when an individual wants to learn a language, because language is very important thing, it helps you a lot in your life. It makes your life creative. If you are looking at the language creatively, you become creative. Life becomes creative. Okay, and then you start falling into the groups of creative people. So I mean, magic things happen in your life. All right, you start coming across things in your life which you have never imagined. That is one thing. Second important thing for all the students who are learning different languages, these two questions are very important when you learn a language. The first question is, what is the nature of learning a language? All right, what is it's a very simple question. What is the nature of learning a language? That means how language is learned. That is question number one, that your eyes should be on. Second thing, what it means to learn the language. The questions are not similar. The first question is the nature of learning a language, how the language will be learned, mastered. Second thing is what it means to learn the language personally, individually, in your life. What does it mean? What significance it will give you in learning that language? All right. So if you have the clear answer of these two questions, then I can bet you are going to master the language.
Exactly. So let's
in a very short time.
Let's just a minute. Astel, we have a time. We can communicate. We have many hands here raised. So just
Aisha Salem. Salem is.
I mean, before that, I would like to have like Firoz, if you can just brief you want to say what you want to say, and then we can take the question. What you want to say?
Yeah, sure, Raju. Just let me answer this question at this moment. So suppose if you're learning 3 languages or multiple languages at one time, so make sure to divide your time. Like suppose if you're studying Arabic in Jamia, so you should have the particular time for Arabic, and after that you should work on your second language, that is your French, and the third. Because when I was in JNU, I was studying actually 4 languages at a time, and I used to manage. Like I was studying Persian, Italian, Turkish, and I did all. Like I had a time. It was a time that I used to like having 8 exams in a day. It depends upon the time and the way you manage. So you should actually have the separate time and don't mix it, and try to use your mother tongue in order to learn it. Don't like suppose if you're comfortable in Urdu or Hindi, so make sure to learn French along with the Hindi or Urdu rather than English. If you're comfortable with Arabic, just study Arabic with French. Don't use English if you're not comfortable. So make sure to have the clear, especially in terms of grammar. If your mother tongue, in your mother tongue, if the grammatical terms are clear, it will definitely help you. So just divide accordingly and choose one like the medium of instruction. If you are good at English, use English. If Hindi, use Hindi. If Urdu, use Urdu. But use one along with all the languages. Like okay, Hindi and Turkish, Hindi and French, Hindi and Arabic, or English and Arabic. So you have to be very clear, because if you're working with 2 languages at a time, it won't help you. Suppose you are practicing German, or suppose you're practicing French, and you're stuck with your mother tongue. Like, okay, I don't know the terms in my mother tongue. How can I translate or understand that part? So make sure to just be very easy with one language, and then practice the other.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Firoz. So let's have
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think it's clear for the Atif Farooq. And now we will take the Deep Sikha, and after that, Aisha Salim. Yes.
I don't have a question. I just want to add to the presentation that Amin made. I think you touched upon the physiological aspects of learning a new language. I feel apart from that, there are some indirect and soft benefits, that we can add probably people can vouch for that. That they may not be monetary and direct benefits in terms of internship and all, but as a to your personality, there are soft benefits. For example, it can improve your attention, your observation, your mental alertness, and also you are more empathetic to different cultures as a personality. And all these things, they make a much better professional out of you as a person. So these are parameters you cannot, they are not objective parameters that you can measure, but at the same time they do add a lot to your personality, to make you like a much holistic person. And and they say, like, there are studies which they say when if kids are exposed to more languages in early years, they have better memory, their critical thinking is better, problem solving, they're better at problem solving. So these are the other benefits of language. And I think Jamil already touched upon this, that when you are learning a new language, you also strengthen the language that you already know, because you relook it. When you learn a grammar or the way things work in a new language, it forces you to rethink as to how it happens in the language that we already speak. So you go back and forth between, and it strengthens your own understanding of the language you thought you are you already know. So I think these are the indirect and other benefits. Just wanted to mention.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mrs. Sikha. So before I take another question, I just want to inform everyone that this culture program already our admin is going to share. You can register for your presentation, because students has to present. You can voluntarily present, or at least we need to have 12 presentation each week, like Tuesday, coming from the one department. So you can register for your presentation. Okay, we can have many presentations at one day also, like 2 presentations or 3 presentations in one day. So it's an opportunity for all of you. We'll be sharing the form, application form, and you can register. You book your slot when you want to present. Okay, so I just wanted to inform before things go wonderful. So yes, Aisha Salim, yes, please. Yes, you can unmute yourself, Aisha.
Hello, Rajiv sir. Hello, Jamil sir. Likewise, Vandana, I have one question about the internship opportunities. I am pursuing my undergraduate program from Aligarh Muslim University in the Department of Social Science, and my main subject is Islamic Studies. And here in UGS, I have opted for Arabic language. So I want to know about the internship opportunities here in Umran also, and in Arab countries also, and how can I get a hold of them?
As we already mentioned, that we will be also sharing about, because on our website you can find that we have internship offered already, and you can apply for that. The second thing is that if you want from outside the UGS, we will be inviting the expert who knows better. But already, Amin, you want to say something? Amin, maybe he has something to say. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Ma'am, I think I don't know. Aisha Salim, please go for the Qatar, Kuwait, and UAE internship programs, and you can go from the websites like Opportunity Desk and lawoctopus.com. There you will get the opportunities of these such internships from the Gulf countries. And also in the Turkeys right now, from the January 2022, there are new internships arrived in the government, I believe, with the scholarship.
So, I mean, it's only for one language or for all the languages? Can you repeat the names?
Ma'am, actually it varies. Yes, ma'am. There are several languages are there, Spanish, especially Spanish and Arabics. Arabics in the Gulf countries are very common from there. And Qatar is the, can say, internship hub, I believe, educational hub for the internships. And right now, Abu Dhabi and also Kuwait. These Qatar, sorry. Yeah, Qatar is working on the educational reforms like in internships. So you can go from the educational websites and governmental websites.
Very good.
Okay, yes. One more thing is, see, what is important to ask yourself, why you want to do the internship. You are already in your undergraduate study program. You are learning Arabic. Question is, why internship? And how it will help you. Unless you don't have the answer to this question. Exactly.
This is very important.
There is no point of hankering after. See, I mean, I know people. I have my friends and classmates. They were from social studies background, and then they learned Arabic language. And once they started learning the language and they had a grasp over the language, they didn't look for the internship, they look for the employment opportunities. All right. So my question is, why internship? Why not employment?
Exactly.
Okay, Aisha.
So
the other one also asked the question.
A very nice point he had mentioned, Jamil has mentioned, that it's good, like you are looking for an opportunity, but also check, like, why you want and how you want to connect with your career.
I tell you, I will share my experience. Like when I was an undergraduate student, almost 10 years back. So I was learning French. I never looked for these internship opportunities. So my idea was clear. I'm learning the language because I was spending a lot of money on the course. So my only intention was how to cash in what I'm learning. Because I had been sweating, I mean, a lot to learn the language. So my intention was clear. I had to cash in. So
sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens.
I didn't look for the internship opportunities. I look for the employment opportunities.
Exactly.
All right. So it's good. I mean, I really appreciate that. I mean, students are, asking question on internship thing.
Exactly.
But move on to employment opportunities. Why only internship? Because see, about internship, normally it is said that it's always unpaid.
No. It's not. No.
No, I mean in India,
even it is internship is unpaid. Even if internship is unpaid, it's even internship is unpaid. You get a lot of experience. You should do.
Yeah, I will not disagree on this, but see,
exactly.
As during the interview, we had to face this question that why will not be, how much we will be paid, and why we will not be paid. We had to answer these questions throughout the
interview. Of course. So it is not internship.
So
it can be paid and it cannot be paid also.
The incentive of the in any form. Money is the one form.
Okay.
In other forms.
Jamil, let me add something in it. So there are actually multiple internship where you can earn money along with your experience. Let's suppose if you know French, you can teach English in France. Even if you don't know French, you can apply there. In Spain, like I know the people who are teaching their English, though they have done their masters. So and it is also open for the people who are from not Spanish language background. Let's suppose you don't know Spanish, but it is preferable if you know French or if you know Spanish.
Exactly.
But other than this, you can teach their English. You can teach some other languages country wise. Where they will pay you good amount, like almost 800 euros or 1,000 euros along with the residence and all. Like it is like the 1 year or 8 months program. It depends. Like in France, it is 9 months. In Spain, it is different. In other countries, it is different. So it varies.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, we will be inviting such people in our
and like I will talk to my friends there in Spain and France. So let me connect with them, then I'll try to bring one of them here to give a lecture about his experience, how we can grab these opportunities in future once we are good at expressing ourselves in that very language.
One of our faculty member, Disha Anand, in Spanish department, she is in Spain right now, and she is teaching English over there. Yeah. So like her, we have other people as well. Some are at UGS, and we have other contacts as well. So we can bring them here on the floor, and
exactly.
we can get the real ideas.
Let's have a question. Let's have a question from Insha Sabi. I think we have many more questions, so let's move. Yes, Insha, yes, please go.
Yes, sir. So actually, I'm pursuing my graduation in English literature, or the second course, language second subject. So how this will work for an or career employment?
I couldn't get you properly. Your internet connection is poor, perhaps. Could you please repeat, Insha?
Or she can drop in the question in the chat box.
Yeah. So let's take from the Abdul Bashir. Abdul Bashir, yes.
So Insha, drop your question in the chat box. We'll take it up.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for giving me opportunity. So my question is that I am learning Arabic and English. But I am also the student of masters in GNU, and I am learning. I am doing my masters in Arabic as well as I have to prepare for UGC net exams, net GRF, and these competitive exams. So nowadays I have started the French also, and I say that I have improved the English and Arabic, but still these both languages need to improve, and uh, I am doing a kind of I am doing a part-time job also. So in these situations, what are you suggesting for me to learn French language, or now I should leave French language?
Yes.
What will be
Adil,
your suggestion?
Amin Adil, please take the answer question. Yes.
First of all, I really like your courage, sir, that you are preparing for UGC examination right now, and with that you are learning French language. So actually, I am also preparing for the same examination, and I personally suggest you that if you are doing the preparation, you can learn the French language as well. Just because of the time management, you can manage everything.
Okay, Abdul.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, so let's get back to Insha. Yes, please, Insha.
Hello, sir, my voice is clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I have a question that I am pursuing my graduation in English literature. Okay, my second subject is language subject. So how this will help in my future program and future career or employment?
I think
like
Adil has very
to...
nicely presented about that, and Adil will take this question again. Yes, Adil, go ahead.
Yes, sure. Ma'am, may I know which language you are learning right now? Is the second language or second subject?
Yes.
She's learning Turkish, I think, right?
Yes, sir, Turkish.
Turkish.
Yeah, you can go for any educational program from Turkish. And what is your main subject, ma'am? Sorry, pardon me. English literature, right?
English literature. Yes, sir.
Ma'am, that's great. Because right now the literature is the one of the main thing from the languages. Anyone can pursue their career. English literature and the Turkish language which you are doing right now will give you a best career option in the learning of Turkish and their literature and their translations in English as well. So you can go for the, I believe personally, in academics. You can say like the beat the heat, some kind of proverbs we can do. We use it sometimes because I'm also pursuing my master's and I'm focusing on the dissertation related to the literature. So I believe the literature is the best thing you can go and take your as a career in behalf of Turkish language and English as well. So that's my opinion.
I would like to add some more points over here. Since Insha is pursuing her BA in English,
yes,
and at UES you are learning Turkish, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I mean, one of the finest option for now, I mean, you have is right after your graduation, you can apply for your masters at some of the prestigious university in Turkey. Our founder, Mr. Rajiv, is already there, and he began his life in Turkey with his master program again. It was his second master, I guess. And yeah, so at Ibn Khaldun University, he enrolled for master's program in civilization studies, and he had to spend a great deal of time learning Turkish because that was the requirement over there. But since you're learning here at UGS, and if you, I mean, manage to master the language, it will be easy for you to, get through the program. And I mean, there are chances that you can make it to the list. So that is one thing. Second thing is, if you're planning for your higher studies in English literature, so at your postgraduate level, at your research level, you can apply for a comparative literature master's program at different universities in India and abroad, and you can write your thesis. I mean, on something which is connecting English literature and Turkish literature, right? So and these days comparative literature department is
exactly
blowing like anything
because
across
you know,
universities in the world,
because you
right?
know, in coming days we are living in a global, like a global, there are many terms are used: global civil society, cosmopolitan spirit, cosmopolitan terminology are used. So Islamicate, another term has come in existence. So you know, because you know English, you know Urdu even. I'm sure you know Urdu. You know Hindi, of course. So and then you know Turkish. You know, there if you apply for Turkey, any university in Turkey, and you know you are the master in the language, you get a scholarship. You will get a scholarship because they will take you. You know why? Because you know many languages. On the basis of language, they are selecting, because language is very important. It plays a very important role, even to understand history, and of course literature, philosophy, and that brings in communication. Literature is the main source of bringing things in communication. Even if you are going in some administrative job, you need language. You know, so language is a must now. Nowadays, a scholarship, they check, as Adil has already mentioned, they check how many languages you know and your level of the language. Especially for the PhD program, definitely they check. Okay, research studies, history, if you are applying for history.
And most importantly, it disciplines you. All right.
Exactly.
It disciplines you academically. So and that matters more than anything else. So and English literature is so diverse. You can switch to anything. If you have any additional language in your, hand, you can do anything with that.
Exactly.
All right. So the only thing is just learn the language properly. We have expert teachers over here. Take help from them. All right. Yeah.
So Amin, yes, you want to say something?
Yes, sir. In your point, I really would like to add one thing more. Sometimes a lot of people, a lot of students, even at the time I was also, were hesitated in speaking the languages. Also, we have a trouble in knowing that what level we achieved in our language. So please, there are a lot of websites online. Just go and give the online test. They are completely free. You can check your level, language level. You can get more certified in yourself, and you check your level from the online test, online there. Yes, please go for that.
Thank you very much, Adil. Now we have a question. One question. Tawfiq Alam. Tawfiq, yes. Tawfiq, yes.
Hello, sir. My name is Tawfiq, and I am pursuing BCom from Jamia Millia Islamia, and I am applied for Arabic language. And my question is, how can Arabic language help me in future and for job as well?
I think Adil will answer you. Right now, Arabic language is very rich language, you know, and there are many opportunities for Arabic. Yeah, Adil, yes, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, you have given the answer already. That Arabic is one of the richest language right now, and its scope is increasing day by day.
Yeah, exactly.
Sir, Mr. Tawfiq, I think your name is Mr. Tawfiq. Please go for the Gulf websites. Any of the country from the Gulf, you can definitely have the chance to get any type of opportunity from there. And first of all, this is the one thing to know for everyone. This is my answer for everyone. That for which career you are applying, please first of all review your own self, interview yourself. That are you capable to do that? Because once if you are get selected, first of all, like if you are get selected, so sometimes it becomes difficult to be in there. So there are a lot of opportunities in every language and in every parameter. Just go search for there, and the first easiest thing I really would like to share, just go for the government websites from each of the country, and also the related. There are mirror links and mirror websites who are running by the private organizations. The same can say the same opportunities are there on the private organizations, from the private organizations on the related websites. Please go for that. You will definitely get the chance to be in one of them. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
I would like to add one wacky fact over here. This topic is learning Arabic, and all the other people were learning Arabic. most important thing, I mean, a wacky fact is that UN has 6 official languages.
Yeah.
Out of that, there are 4 Indo-European languages and 2 languages are non-Indo-European languages. And amongst the non-Indo-European languages, there are Chinese and Arabic. So you can understand of so many languages in the world, 6 are there, and Arabic is one of them. So you can understand, I mean, the kind of opportunities you can have in future. Amin, can you please in the chat box drop in some website name wherein people can check their proficiency?
Yeah, I will suggest share with us here also. You can share later on in our main group. We have the main group, so everyone can.
I will go for the second one.
Yeah, yeah. So we have many questions here. Abdul Rahman, we have questions, and then before we get back to Abdul Rahman, there were many. Sujata Chakrabarti, I think. Sujata, you can directly address your question. So unmute yourself. You are there, Sujata.
Am I audible?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. My question is that, sir. Hello, everyone. I'm a history student and I'm learning French. And how I use this language for my subject, I know a little bit, but I want to know properly.
Okay, I think this is a very good question. What I have altogether, I received the question and analyzed it. I think I would invite professor, okay, and who is a polyglot, Professor Bruce Lawrence. I invite the big shot, okay, to our platform, and they will tell you, if you are in history and why and learning French, how this French will help you in history, or or in a religious studies, how language will help you in religious studies. If you are even in any studies, I mean, because so how the language are beneficial in doing research work, actually, basically. So I will invite, and then we will design according to our one talk in our culture program accordingly, and that will be beneficial. So thank you very much for those questions, Sujata. We have.
The point is, it is. I mean, it will not necessarily help in the same field. What happens? I tell you. I had a classmate. She was learning French with me, and she had done her master's in history from Calcutta University. She did French with me, and later on, she did Spanish. And while this tweaking with the language, her ideas changed, and she went on a program to study in Spain, and that was master in education. All right. So sometimes learning a language, it is not necessary that it will help you in that specific subject. Yeah. One thing is that there are historical texts written in French language. So if you master the language, you can use that text as the primary source. All right. If you learn the language, you can directly read the French text, the primary source, that will help you. But beside that, there are secondary benefits which may not relate to your course of study, but it has other miscellaneous benefits, right? But as Mr. Rajiv said, we will just invite in the experts, and they will help you with more expert advice.
Exactly. Abdul Rahman, you have a question? I think we are close to the end of this session.
Yes,
so yes, please.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, now I'm pursuing BA my graduation from the Persian language, and I have choose second language. I have also choose second language Arabic. In this case, sir, which language should I focus, Arabic or Persian?
I think Adil will answer. I will allow Adil to answer you, but I think Arabic and Persian can go hand in hand. So let's to answer you. Yes,
Rajiv sir, yes, you're right, sir. Arabic and Persian can go hand in hand, and not much different, I believe. I don't know both of the languages, but as per my knowledge, both are not there is no vast difference between them. You can go for both of them, and if you are master, and if you are proficient, and first of all, I really would like to share one thing with everyone who are here, that without participating apart from your college, without participating in the internships, without participating in any type of meetings, without participating in or without doing anything apart from your syllabus, actually, apart from your books, apart from your classes, apart from your can you say academics, if you are not doing anything, you will never learn any of it.
Yeah,
I have
exactly.
learned the Russian language because I have taken participated in the some cultural programs and in the stage programs in Russian language and in the RCSE, the Russian embassy. Like as I know that there's Cervantes, Spanish embassy, Max Muller and the UK for the Germans. So, sir, that the answer of your question is that you can master and you can be fluent in both of the languages, and you will definitely get the great opportunity in both of the languages simultaneously. And this might be possible that you will have the chance to handle both of the languages at the same time.
I think very important point you mentioned, Adil, here, that if you really want to improve your language, you need to involve yourself with readings, readings and activities.
I will give one example. When there is a choice of learning a language, like what should I do? Should I learn French or German, Arabic or Persian? When such confusion occurs, again there is a question that we should ask ourselves: why are we learning a language? See, the ultimate motive to learn a language is to become functional in that language. Why should I learn English? So that I can communicate in English, so that I can write, understand, read English.
If
you think you cannot become functional in that language, so your time will be wasted, your energy will be wasted. And how you can become functional in that language? When you are exposed to a situation, an atmosphere where that language is used and spoken. That is very important.
Exactly. And why I'm saying today
we are doing this entire session in English. Let's take this example. So every single person out here, 86 people are here, are exposed to which language? English language, right? In the same way, when you are learning Persian or Arabic, make sure that wherever you are learning, your teacher, your school, your institution, they're providing you opportunity, they're giving you exposure to become functional. All right. So make sure, don't learn to mention that thing in your certificate, that in your biodata that you learned the language.
Exactly.
It's about being functional.
Exactly. So what Adil was saying, why it's very important to involve yourself in activities and readings, because this will enrich you with content. For example, if you know the language, even if we know Hindi, okay, we know Hindi, but we do not have content. We have not expanded our horizon. What we will be speaking? Many of you know already Hindi, perhaps already here, or even your own language. Can you speak about one topic? No, until unless you have enriched yourself with many contents, information, ideas. Okay, until unless you read other ideas, listen to other people, and then you enrich yourself with content, you cannot speak the language. Okay, to speak the language, or to have the idea, knowledge of the language, you need to enrich your content also, not empty. You need to fill up yourself. So it is very important here to underline it. How you will right now, for example, we have a culture program, and that's why we designed this program, culture program with the language program, that it will also involve you in exchange of dialogues, and you will listen many things, and then you will also speak something, raise question. Raising question is very it gives you confidence to raise a question. Okay, and then slowly you will enrich yourself in the language. So one of my friend, he was not only my friend, but he was my brother also, elder brother, and one of my guru he was also. And he said, if you know one language very well, you can learn any language very easily. Because for example, you know Malayalam, you know Urdu or Hindi. If you are rich in that language, you have read so many literature, then only you can be rich, of course. So then you can learn any language very easy, and you will be very fluent. And even you can even understand other language very without knowing the language even, because like for the Indo-European language, there are roots, and then you can connect, but you just need to focus on it. And that's how I have seen that. He was my Kerala friend. Now he's in Kerala. He's a professor, and he was very rich in Malayalam language, because he not only because of that, but he knew also Sanskrit. I'm very fluent in Sanskrit, and from that he could figure out many languages. So this is very important. I think Ahmad, do you have any question? I don't know what is Wahaj Ahmad. Is he here? Wahaj Ahmad?
Yes, sir.
You have
I have a question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I am pursuing bachelor's in history from Jamia, and I am learning Arabic also from UGS. So, is UGS provide or offers to advanced language in Arabic, advanced level?
Yeah, so we go that now we have A1.1 and A1.2, but next batch we will have other levels also. One let's say A2.1 and A2.2 also we will have. Slowly we will be advanced, because of we are managing 14 languages. It's like a huge, and people are saying please add more languages, and it is quite challenging. Okay, very, very challenging. So that's why we are going slowly. And if you enroll for the classes, because also we introduced this time UGS teaching fellowship. Through that we are providing stipends to teachers who are teaching you. Okay, and so that's why I'm saying the minimum fee that we have kept for this program, so that we can support to the teachers, and so we can provide you quality of language and education with minimal charge. So anyone from village even can learn this, and rich can also learn. If you are very rich, you can donate. You are open to donate. Okay, because you know that in the market how much one language costs. Okay, so so you should be honest, because we are working very, very honestly here, and we are working not just for the purpose of commercialization, but purpose of education, purpose of communication, okay, and many more. We have a mission, we have a vision. So we are visionary. We don't see here, but we see far. Okay, so this is our aim. Even you have seen that how professors are associating themselves with our project, because of the depth, because of the vision that we have. So it's a very visionary project, and this platform is for you and for yours. You can lead it, you can keep it. Okay, it was my effort in the very beginning, and then it extended to the team efforts now, and now it will expand to with your efforts that you will be giving to your friends, new generations, and many people that who will be benefiting from Umran. So you can invite more friends to enroll for this course, so we can introduce more levels. Okay, we can afford more levels, and that's how we are. Now we want to end the session, and before ending the session, I want to say that you can make presentation also. So we will be sharing in your group. Yeah, yes, Adil, just a minute. So I'll get back to you because you are the presenter. So you can make a presentation. You can talk about your own community. You can talk about your village. You can talk about your language. You can talk about your culture. It's important. You can communicate with the teachers. If you don't know how to make a presentation, our teachers will help you to how to design your presentation. Especially, I will ask Adil to work with you. Anyone who has a question, we will share the Adil's number in that list, so you can directly communicate with Adil how to make a presentation. Okay, he will help you. So why we are keeping this presentation? Because that way you will learn the language, you will become fluent. Also, you will explore more for your presentation, your knowledge, content, and that it will bring you your new discipline. And if you are students at university, you will learn how to make a good presentation. if you are working somewhere in a company and you are looking for a job, it will also help you to how to design something, how to present something, even writing an email, like how to start and how to end. Okay, these are very important things. So this in itself, this Umran cultural program is a big project that I can say you. It cost a lot of money. Many people charge for this, but we have provided this for you in a complimentary way. So you can present about your culture. You can even talk about your story. Okay, you have open, but you need to design. Okay, if you don't know,
like the topic could be anything which lies between the earth and sky. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's keep it very simple.
Yeah. Yes.
Anything which you observe, you can look at, which you, hear, listen to,
exactly.
think, imagine. You can have your presentation on that.
Even you can, if you have read a novel, you can make a presentation on that. If you have a history to talk something, you can do that. Okay, if you want to make
their teacher will definitely help because they have been directed. So of course your subject teacher will help you. But it's not, limited to them. You can reach out to us as well. You can reach out to me. All right. Yeah. Like you want to brainstorm on a particular topic, how you want to write about that, what do you want to write about that, reach out to us. We will help you. You can reach out to anyone. It's you're welcome. All right. So, but write something, present something.
Yeah.
That is the point. So on this note, we can get back to Amin because in India it's getting late.
Yeah. Yes, Adil, yes, please.
Thank you, Silaji sir. I'm sorry, but I just got a chat. I just checked the chat. It was a question from Aman Shamsi. Shamsi, that I think he is asking, is the storytelling can help in learning languages and how to learn storytelling? Sir, the second question, how to learn a storytelling, actually it's a different question. I can give you the answer, but the first question is here. The storytelling will help you to learn language. Actually, I am from the theatre background. From my 6th class, I'm doing theatre. And I assure you that storytelling or the theatre, I believe, is the best way to learn any of the language. And with learning the language, with it, it will give you the understanding of emotion in that particular language. Like if you are learning like French language and you are doing the storytelling in the French language. So you will learn the storytelling first of all. Second, you will improve your language. The third thing, you will share the emotion in the same way the writer has written in the story. Or like if you are the writer, so definitely you will share your personal emotions, your actual emotions which you have wrote in the words of French. So storytelling is one of the best way I can suggest. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. And Mrs. Sikha was saying she has some suggestion. I would say like you can make some presentation if you have a tip, something to do. You can make presentation, or you want to share right now here, Mrs. Sikha?
No, actually, the question was for the audience. Like someone in the audience had mentioned that, what dividing time has worked. So is there anything based on their practical experience which can help us, because we've just started the course and it will help. So
the question and the this evening session is motivating me to come up with a presentation on how should we actually learn a foreign language.
So, so I think this is a good question. I think so. We can also maybe our team will think about that, and we will prepare how to learn a foreign language maybe. Or anyone who want to make a presentation, they can also come up with this. But we will professionally, we will do this to help you how to learn a foreign language. Yeah. Second thing is that Hebrew, there was a Hebrew, we will wind up, and because it's getting really late in India, someone is asking that if like Hebrew can be added. We will be looking for that, but why we cannot start Hebrew language or any language just because of one student, because opening a new language requires a lot of resources. Okay, management resources. Okay, so if we can see that if we have a large number of students who are interested in Hebrew language, learning Hebrew language, then we can open and we can look for open the teachers also, quality teacher, because hiring, opening, sharing, hiring, and then taking their interview, it takes a lot of time. Sending them offer letter, accepting procedures, there are a lot of things background. You don't think like it's very easy, like you said, like an open. No, it's like a
and moreover, what happens, like suppose we open the platform for Hebrew language learning and we invite the students, and like for Hebrew we may not find more options in terms of faculty members. So what happens sometime, like the students are invited, they join the session, and somewhere in between the teacher disappears, and they puts out some reason like I'm busy, I'm stuck in some work or job. Then in that case, the reputation of the institution is coming at stake. So I mean, as an institution, we have to think a lot before offering a particular language per se. So, but yeah, it's a good question, and we will definitely look into this sometime.
Yeah. Mrs. Sikha was saying, and of course we will be making a presentation how to learn a foreign language and tips for the students. And if anyone has that, they can share in the program as well in the next program. So thank you very much, all of you, for this, and we'll see you again soon, next Tuesday. We'll share you information. You can book your slot for your presentation. See you. Thank you very much, Adil. It was a brilliant presentation.
You're welcome,
nice.
sir.
And see you, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Namaste. Khuda Hafiz.
Namaste.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.